Welcome back to Prime Mornings. Time for News Flash, and I'm starting with the Daily Graphic this morning. And yesterday at 10 a.m., we brought you the live coverage of the Teacher Prize yesterday. So we got the outstanding or the best teacher yesterday, and Otu is best teacher, and he wins a 3-bedroom house. It's in front of the Daily Graphic this morning, and it continues on page 3 of the Daily Graphic this morning as well. And did you know that Reverend Owusu Bempah faces trial in 2 courts? And also that story is on page 16 of the Daily Graphic this morning. And stolen crash barriers to be replaced. Resident engineer is also on page 16. I'm not quite familiar with that story, but I'll try to get it.
Yesterday's Daily Graphic, in fact, Jay, you remember the crash barriers?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know whether town is that hot, but to wear reflective vests and go out there looking all official and steal these things, Charlie, people get in.
Are they going to sell it or are they going to use it?
Of course.
My sister. So sometimes they melt these things and then they resell them, create products and sell them out of it.
Okay, well, the story is on page 16, and underneath that story is a story of Reverend Owusu Bempah as well. And use of the Ghana SIM card for use of Ghana card for SIM card registration unacceptable. The minority isn't speaking, and is on page 17. There's a photo of Honorable Sam George here on page 17 of the Daily Graphic, I'd say. And also NPP's poor show in Upper East self-inflicted. Abanga isn't speaking is also on page 17 of the Daily Graphic this morning. CSO's advice to be circumspect in criticism of security matters is on the center spread of the Daily Graphic this morning. That's it. Oh, right. So finally, before I go to Benjamin OJ, the back page of the Daily Graphic, President cut sword for hospital at Bidim. What is that? Bidim. Or Bidim.
What? Bidim.
Bidim. Oh, okay.
I should
so
think that would be Bidim.
So it's a town near Bidim. Hey, then I was too far away from the correct word. Bidim is the thing.
Like I keep saying.
So it's a town near Obuasi in the Ashanti region. Then it definitely will be Bidim. Maybe. But what's it?
Bidim.
Charcoal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, can't know all of them, but I see BDM.
Okay. All right. It's what Benjamin sees.
Okay, so let's check out the Finder newspaper. Claims that chief of staff was involved in sale of 9 cars. False. That's according to the chief director. Check out that story on page 6. Now, this one, I'm going to be talking about it, so it's like missing, gone.
Oh, okay.
Tor interdicts staff over massive product losses. And Jay, this one, it says, just to cut to the chase, the interim management committee of Tor is stating that those products lost include the disappearance of 105,927 liters of gas oil belonging to a bulk distribution company, a BDC. There's also 252,000 liters of aviation turbine kerosene, ATK for short. There are other items, electrical cables worth $10.4 million. There's also more in there. In fact, so many more. And serious situation. But hey, we'll bring you the details on beyond the headlines. There's one D1F President Akufo-Addo commissions garment manufacturing factory in Koforidua. And so those are the major stories in the paper. 4 children drowned at Komenda. That is also in the Finder newspaper.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. Let me just jump to the Daily Guide newspaper as well. Same stories here replicated. So Owusu Bempah woes deepen. 13 Tor staff milk refinery 55 under probe. That's already being shared. Now, this one also here says chief of staff not auctioning state property unlawfully. These stories are all in the Daily Guide newspaper. Over to you, Enifa.
Okay, so in front of the Chronicles this morning, Benjamin already brought you that story, but Jubilee House Director Alfrema Osei Opare not unlawfully auctioning state properties is on page 8 of the Chronicle. And also there was a story that the Chronicle reported yesterday on the anti-Fawotobeji. I think that you did that story.
Chronicle newspaper,
okay,
banner headline.
It sparked a lot of brouhaha, and it says that it turns gun on the Chronicle. So it's on page 2 and 3 of the Chronicle. I'm not too sure, so I'll just give you a little bit of it. So the Chronicle banner headline yesterday, revered academics fight anti-Fawotobeji bill in the name of human rights has made Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh, one of the well-respected legal practitioners in the country, hot under the collar. It's on page 3 of the Chronicle. I'm quite interested in this story, but it's making the headline in front of the Chronicle this morning. It will allow me to give you the scripture reading for today. James 1 verse 19. Know this, my beloved brother, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Makes a lot of sense. And also NDC rewrites Ejira report. What does that mean?
Well, they've been talking about it. They've had conferences, press conferences talking about it. So I guess...
they're trying to rewrite. So this is to say they don't accept it, and so they're rewriting it to suit themselves, or who?
Well, they've been saying the right things haven't been done, and that maybe some people are being protected.
Okay. Well, that's it for the Chronicle this morning as well.
Let's check out the new Crusading Guide. Attacks on Anas over slain journo's family, wife. And Tiger Eye still sponsors education of Ahmed Swale's children. Story on pages 3 and 10. There's a story about the chief of staff, but it's already been flogged. Akufo-Addo commissions Bantama, AstroTurf, Lords, Asante-Boakye, and Wembley. And there's Akufo-Addo's presidency, a canon of leadership and democracy, PB Dankwa writes. Wrapping up with some sporting news. 2022 World Cup qualification, Mubarak Wakaso, 4 others to miss Ghana versus Zimbabwe game. And that is it for the new Crusading Guide.
All right, wrapping up my last paper here, Ghanaian Times newspaper. Well, talking about the best teacher, Ebenezer Kujo, adjudged the best teacher as well, capturing the center page of the Ghanaian Times. Congratulations going out to him and all other teachers for the awesome job done so far. Present also Lord's MP, Wembley Sports for ultra-modern AstroTurf facility at Bantama. The story is here. Police to also investigate the alleged murder of a 90-year-old woman at Aflao, or how did you say? I know you say
Aflao.
Aflao.
Aflao. At least that
sounds like someone saying,
if I can't say BDM, I can say Aflao. At least I can't say BDM. I see BDM and I say BDM. At least I can say Aflao.
And also Reverend Usubempe's stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Times news paper. All these stories here. All right.
I will. Is it my turn, Benjamin?
Yes, go.
Okay, so I will wrap up with the Daily Searchlight this morning. Now, trouble brews at Standards Authority as union kicks against appointment of Professor Dodu is on page 2 of the Daily Searchlight this morning. And also some good news for the Yvonne Shaka lovers. Yvonne Shaka to come to Ghana. Set to come to Ghana is on page 6 of the Daily Searchlight this morning. I saw that one and I couldn't wait to announce it to you. And finally, on the Daily Searchlight, 100-bed trauma and accidental hospital for Obuasi has been inaugurated. There's a photo of the president over there. Let me see when Yvonne Shaka is coming to Ghana. It's on page 6. Okay, so South Africa's global music icon, nicknamed the Queen of Africa, has been named as Goodwill Ambassador for the Pan-African Heritage World Museum coming up in Ghana. Now, she's therefore due to be invited to perform in Accra, Ghana at the fundraising musical festival in Accra in July 2022. Wow, that's next year. It sounded like tomorrow.
I know.
So she's in Ghana next year in July. Okay, that's the update. That's just about it for the Daily Searchlight.
I'll wrap with the Ghanaian Observer. What have they observed? 2 stories that I'll highlight. Sampine confirmed as KMA boss. That's a big one there. And on the back page, I'm talking about Real Mallorca midfielder Idrisu Baba. I waited long for this day. He scored his first goal for his club on his first effort. So that is it there. We wait to see what will happen with him as far as the Black Stars qualifiers are concerned. And that's it with the Ghanaian Observer.
Okay.
All right, it's a wrap for us now. Let's have a quick run through what's about to come on the show.
Let's talk relationship.
Yes.
Well, the obvious question, I saw Benjamin asking you earlier, that who really should make the final call?
Yeah.
Is it the man or the woman if you're planning your children? Who?
Well,
Who should give the final?
I think it's very debatable, like I said,
Is
but
it?
it sits with me at the woman. At the end of the day, she can be the biggest decider. If she wants it, she can have it. If she doesn't want it, there are measures she can put in place to make sure that it never happens.
It really,
In Sema Wokiking.
there's a part where the person can be the major decider, but we are asking that who should it be?
Well, like I'm saying, for me, if I were to be part of the debate this morning, I'll say the final stop is at the woman, because
Okay. Benjamin?
she can decide to
Well,
on the blind side of the man, decide to have all kinds of measures to stop.
So what I'm trying to drive out is that let's not even go to the blind side. Let's come to the full glare of everybody. Who really should decide?
The woman.
The woman.
how about we let the people decide?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, and that's why it's going to be debated. Well, we can debate all morning about this, but it's going to be very exciting. So you should join us on there. Benjamin has run through BTH, comes up shortly, but coming up next, before business, sports as well, I'll be talking to Haywire. He's an artist. He's got something new coming up on the show. All this lined up for Prime Morning.